Most people think retirement is for later, a distant concern for a future version of themselves. But waiting could cost you everything. The clock isn't just ticking, it is accelerating. Every single day you delay your retirement planning at 60, you are essentially gambling with the only non-renewable resource you have: time. Currently, the average life expectancy is climbing, yet retirement savings shortfalls are reaching record highs. Millions of people are heading toward a financial cliff, assuming they can just work longer or that things will somehow work out in the end. In this video, I'll show you exactly why 60 is the golden age to start planning and how to avoid the common traps that steal your retirement before you even get there. We are going to dive deep into a retirement savings strategy that works for your specific stage in life, whether you are 20 or 50. The fear of running out of money is real. The dread of freedom being delayed is heavy, and the looming shadow of rising health expenses is enough to keep anyone awake at night. But by the end of this script, you will have a roadmap to peace of mind. Think about someone like David. David is 55 years old, a hard worker who always assumed he'd have time to figure out the numbers. He focused on paying for his kids' college, upgrading his home, and maintaining a lifestyle that felt comfortable in the moment. Now, at 55, he's looking at his bank account and realizing that his vision of retiring at 60 is disappearing. He feels the weight of regret, wishing he had made small changes 10 or 20 years ago. If you're 50 or even younger and haven't started thinking seriously about retirement, you're not alone. Most people are in the same boat, feeling the pressure but paralyzed by where to start. It is time to take action. This matters because your health is your greatest wealth, and the longer you wait to secure your financial independence, the less time you have to enjoy that health. You deserve a lifestyle that isn't dictated by a paycheck, and you deserve the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are covered. Let's get into a reality check. Why is waiting so risky? The numbers don't lie. The average retirement savings for those nearing 60 is often less than a quarter of what is actually needed to maintain a middle-class lifestyle for 20 years. When you factor in inflation, which erodes the purchasing power of every dollar you save, and the skyrocketing costs of healthcare, the picture becomes even more urgent. A major medical event in your 60s can wipe out a decade of savings in a single month if you aren't prepared. This is where compounding comes into play. If you start saving at 25, your money has decades to grow through the power of compound interest. If you wait until 45 or 50, you lose that exponential growth. Even waiting just 5 more years to get serious can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost compounding. Imagine 2 people. One starts putting away $1,000 a month at age 50 and another starts at age 60. The difference in their final nest egg isn't just a few $1,000s. It's a massive gap that determines whether you travel the world or struggle to pay for groceries. Despite the pressure, 60 represents a golden opportunity. It is a strategic pivot point. Why? Because 60 is often the age where your career earnings are at their peak and your biggest expenses, like raising children or paying off a massive mortgage, are starting to wind down. It is also the age where you can finally see the finish line of Social Security benefits, allowing you to calculate exactly how much more you need. Work experience at this stage allows for smarter investment decisions because you've lived through market cycles. You aren't as likely to panic when the market dips as a younger, less experienced investor might. To capitalize on this, you need to use catch-up contributions. The government allows those over 50 to contribute extra money to their 401ks and IRAs. This is a massive advantage that many people leave on the table. Another practical tip is downsizing or relocating. If you are living in a large family home that costs a fortune in taxes and maintenance, moving to a smaller, more efficient space can instantly inject 6 figures into your retirement fund. Investing in low-risk, income-generating assets like dividend-paying stocks or high-yield bonds can also provide a steady stream of cash flow that doesn't require you to sell off your principal balance. Start by doing 3 things today. Calculate your current net worth, increase your retirement account contribution by just 2%, and look at your recurring monthly subscriptions to see what you can cut. These are concrete actions you can implement immediately to change your trajectory. Now let's talk about the common mistakes that ruin even the best laid plans. Mistake number 1 is waiting for the perfect time. People tell themselves they will start saving once the car is paid off, or once they get that next promotion, or once the economy feels more stable. Newsflash: the perfect time does not exist. While you wait for the stars to align, the market is moving, inflation is rising, and your time frame is shrinking. I knew a woman named Sarah who waited 5 years for her perfect moment to invest, and in those 5 years, she missed one of the greatest bull markets in history. She lost out on nearly 40% growth because she was waiting for a certainty that never came. Mistake number 2 is ignoring healthcare costs. Many people assume Medicare will cover everything. It won't. Long-term care, dental, vision, and many specialized treatments are out-of-pocket expenses that can reach 6 figures over a 20-year retirement. If you don't factor a health savings account or long-term care insurance into your plan, you are leaving your future to chance. Mistake number 3 is overestimating post-retirement income. People often assume their expenses will drop by 50% once they stop working. In reality, your first few years of retirement are often your most expensive because you finally have the time to do all the things you've been dreaming of, like traveling or starting new hobbies. Without a realistic budget, you might burn through your savings in the first 5 years. To avoid these traps, you need to adopt the 60-year-old retirement mindset. This is a fundamental shift from working for money to letting your money work for you. In your younger years, you traded your hours for dollars. In this new phase, your dollars must become your employees. Every dollar you have saved should be out there working to earn you more interest, more dividends, and more growth. This isn't just about the math, it's about lifestyle planning. What do you actually want your days to look like? Do you want to spend time with family? Do you want to volunteer? Do you want to move to the coast? Visualize your ideal retirement at 60 in vivid detail. When the goal is clear, the sacrifices required to get there become much easier to handle. Here is your practical step-by-step roadmap for starting retirement at 60. Step 1. Calculate your retirement needs. Use a retirement calculator to determine how much you need to sustain your desired lifestyle. Be honest about your spending. Step 2. Maximize your savings with catch-up contributions. If you are over 50, you are legally allowed to put more into your retirement accounts than younger workers. Take advantage of this. Step 3. Optimize your expenses and debt. Aim to enter retirement with as little high-interest debt as possible. Paying off a credit card is a guaranteed return on your money. Step 4. Invest in income-generating assets. Move a portion of your portfolio into assets that provide regular payouts, giving you a paycheck even when you aren't working. Step 5. Plan for healthcare and insurance. Research Medicare supplemental plans and consider how you will handle potential long-term care needs. These small, actionable steps might feel overwhelming at first, but when broken down, they are entirely achievable. Every year you wait costs money and delays freedom. Never risk your future by being passive. Your decision today will determine whether you retire in stress or ease. This is your life, and only you can write the last pages. Financial independence is achievable with a disciplined retirement savings strategy and the fortitude to look at the figures. Whether you're 20, 40, or 50, the goal is to reach 60 with time control. I want your reply. What is your current age and retirement goal? Do you want a certain lifestyle or bank balance? Comment below to start a conversation. Saying or typing the aim can be the first step to achieving it. Never be too late to start or too young to be savvy with money. Remember, the ideal moment to take charge of your future is now, at 60 or nearing it. Realize you had power before it's too late. Start today, stay diligent, and get your hard-earned independence. Your future self will appreciate your actions today. Get to work on that golden age.